Welcome, everyone. Welcome, one and all, to Tech Talk Live with Pam Gomez in the Bahamas. Tonight, I want to speak with you about things you should know before setting up a website. A little bit about me. I am a graduate of St. Xavier University in Chicago. I studied MIS, Management Information Systems. And I've been out of school for a little while, but I want to say that one of the things that drew me to Blab was the fact that I had this degree in MIS and I was not using it. So when I was introduced to the Blab platform in October of 2015 by my friend Tina Hines, I got on Blab and I said, wow, what a wonderful place. I'd been on Periscope, and Periscope was good, but not quite what Blab does. It puts me right in front of my audience, and I get to see your smiles. I get to exchange greetings, and I just love Blab. So I shared with a friend that I met in another Blab. I said, wouldn't it be nice to have a regular show Friday nights, let's say 6 or 7 when everybody's home and relaxed and maybe having dinner. And then I could share what I know about MIS and you share what you know about SEO. And my friend agreed. And she invited another SEO professional who I also invited to be a part of the team. We had a dynamic team. I called us the dynamic trio. It wasn't the 2-0, it was the dynamic 3-0. Well, tonight I'm here by myself just to do the celebration because they had other commitments. And in doing so, I wanted to share how I did not get to use my MIS degree in the Bahamas. I ended up becoming a financial controller. I worked as a manager for a leading hotel property, the Atlantis development side of it. So I managed a construction site of over, oh my gosh, there must have been over 100 workers. So I managed the office, and I also got to use my IT skills because I ran the help desk. Okay, so that was me. That was how my skills were just utilized on a small scale. So Blab brought me the platform where I could share with others, and I can also learn. And it started on October 30th with my first Blab. If you go back and look in the history, there's no cover. But eventually it evolved. We got a cover. My team and I decided on a cover, and it worked. And you know, if you have something that's working, don't change it. And I'm not going to change it. I'm going to stick with the routine. So tonight, I wanted to help someone who may have been in the same position I was in on October 30th. I was having challenges with my website. I built a website without knowing much, okay, about website development. Yes, I knew about management information systems. I worked on people's office systems, but I knew nothing about website development. I won a gift. The gift was a domain name for a presentation I made. And I had this other love, which is aromatherapy. I have a company called Oh Natural Aromatherapy. So therefore, I needed this website to promote my business. The gift was, the domain was with GoDaddy. Nothing against GoDaddy, but being the novice, I bought the lowest and the cheapest plan, which in some cases is not always good. I got the website builder. I got my domain name. I knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to create a store. But there were some other things that I did not take into consideration. I did not take into consideration backing up the website. I did not take into consideration file sharing. I didn't take into consideration how I could expand with various plugins, nor did I know any details about choosing website colors, e-commerce, and setting up the SSL and all those other technical terms. I was just a novice out of the box who was excited she won a domain name at a competition, okay? So I want to save someone out there. I want to save someone out there from what I went through, okay? I got to the point I built this website on the website builder. And the website builder did not allow certain functions that I needed. And they did not transfer. I could not import to another domain. I was horrified. But luckily for me, I had my tech friends. So I started asking questions. And I started sharing about what was going on with my website. And my friend said, oh, let me look, let me have a check, let me see if I can help you. And they did. They did. They helped me greatly. And for that, I'm forever grateful because the knowledge they brought to the table helped me to start my quest to find a better website hosting plan, better pricing, a website plan that offered a cPanel, something that I could add extra plugins with, something that was not too difficult to deal with. So boy, I was so excited when I found my new hosting plan and service provider. Everyone who wants to start a business, start a blog, do social media advertising, they need a plan, a strategy, okay? And I know one of my friends who's listening always says that to me, you gotta have a plan, you gotta have a strategy. And I totally agree. So this evening, I'm gonna share with you the what, the when, the why, and of course, the how. Let's start with the what, okay? In your strategic plan, you write down exactly what you want, the type of website you want, with that what, know your purpose, know what you want it for. Here are some examples. You can have a blog, a personal blog. That might be your wish. That's one type of site. You may want an e-commerce site. Who knows, you may have essential oils to sell like I do. I want to get my product seen. I want to build that like, know, and trust factor. I want my clients and friends to know about me, my product, my services, where I'm located, how they can find me, the price of my items. So I need a site that would be a good business site that I can collect or collect payments from. Another site might be a business site, a business that want to be found, some other type of corporate business. They may need a site that may not be the type of site that I need for a store. Then there are job boards, okay, where persons go to find just the job that they desire. So that's another type. And I'm going to give you a total of 19 types. There are business directories. You may want a site that would be a directory that people could find information. Then again, you may need a website that answers questions, a question and answer website where someone could go to for information. Another type would be nonprofit. Be sure if you have questions to put the /Q, a space, and then the question in the side. I'm going to answer the questions in about 10 minutes. Back to the nonprofits and religious websites. That might be another person's preference. Then you have the portfolio sites. Portfolio sites, I've seen some beautiful photos just recently. I met a gentleman, Tom. Boy, Tom, please forgive me. I don't remember your name, but Tom has a photo website and it is awesome. Some of the most beautiful pictures I've seen in a while. The presentation is just, oh, pleasing to the eyes. Then there's the coupon websites, auction websites, multilingual websites. And I visited a friend's website just this week, thinking, oh, I could just have a good look around. And there it goes. It's in French. So, hello. Pamela was off. She couldn't even change the translation to English. So I had to leave that site alone. Then there's the knowledge base, like a dictionary or wiki type website. And I can't forget my podcasting website, because I have a friend who has a podcasting website. Anytime I missed his podcast, I could go to his website, hit a button, and watch his podcast in replay. I mentioned photography websites. There's school and college websites that end in edu. There's also private blogs that are not, they're just that, private blogs. And of course, there are family websites where, and this is by no means the least, where people post stuff like weddings and baby's birth, and that's the entire reason for that website. Now, let me go into the when. The when. When you are doing these, creating a website, I told you about planning. It should be when you have something of value that you'd like to share, okay? Something that could be beneficial not only to yourself, but to others. Something of quality and quantity. Not necessarily just because you want to sell it, but sometimes you find the best websites are those where you have some quality information and you share it without expecting anything in return. I'm going to give you an example of a wedding website. A friend has a wedding website, and the only thing she has is her wedding from start to finish, okay? The plans are all laid out, the dress, the shoot, everything. It is a gorgeous website that I would recommend anybody to use in the event they're going to, as an example, if they're going to plan a wedding and they want some suggestions. Again, business products, if you want to share valuable content about business products, or let's say marketing, you want to market a product, you have some great content, that's a good time to go ahead and start planning your website. The why is usually why you create that website, why you want to create that website, to get, and mainly it's to get the information from one point to the next. With me, it's to tell people about health, wellness, and relaxation. And I'm going to share more with you about some resources that I use, okay? A friend of mine wanted to tell people about his consultation business. He built a beautiful website. He has a place where you can schedule an appointment, all pop up, and there's no hassle. You go to that website, you know what you're looking for, it's there, it's easy to traverse. It's not congested. Oh, sorry, I'm using my hand. It's not crowded. You know, it's well laid out. It's well planned. The color selection. Some may create a site just to see if they could get a page ranking with Google. Don't let that be your why. Let it be something like to get valuable content out there to the public. Okay. Now, I mentioned hosting, why, and then there was my how. And this is my how. I'm going to share with you some of the things that I did. I looked around, well, after my fiasco with my website builder. Oh, for goodness sake, please don't just go and get a website builder and want to expand your business at a later date. Okay, because I had that fiasco. I built my first website with just a website builder. Couldn't do much with it. And I was a little distressed when I discovered the possibilities. But again, my friends talked me through it, and I found a hosting plan. And I'm going to put a couple of them, I'm going to tell you about a couple of them that I would recommend. But again, it all depends on your budget, what you can afford, and the type of site you would like. Some of the hosting plans that I looked at included Bluehost.com, HostGator, GoDaddy. There was MySquare, Weebly, Wix. Yes, and you know, there's so many. That's just a few, to name just a few. What I had to do, I had to look at each individually, decide on what I could afford, the plan, what the plan entailed. Some plans just had one domain name. Others, you had 10. Some were unlimited. You have to look at the space. You have to look at whether there is a C panel for those who want to expand their sites, who want to back it up themselves, who want emails, who may want to add persons, who may want to add an administrator, someone to do the website development and leave you free to do other things and concentrate on your business. Okay. I mentioned costs, but I think I need to revisit that again, because sometimes you could find, and I kid you not, you could find a hosting plan for as low as 1 penny. Just this week, I saw a special online. Maybe it's not for 3 years. Maybe it wasn't for 2. It may have been a couple of months, but it was 1 cent per month. You could find it. It's just a matter of doing the research and putting the time into it. When looking for a hosting plan, make sure there is live support. I was lucky. The GoDaddy website builder had a wonderful live support system. If I had any questions, I could have gone to them. But in the end, the answers they had for me were not what I was looking for. Okay. For that reason, I had to start my website all over again. And I didn't mind, because I like a fresh start. The other thing, make sure, know the type of website you want to build. Sometimes the website builder doesn't allow you to build an e-commerce site, or maybe the school website where you have so many different things you need to do with a college or a school, and the capacity of the lower cost hosting plan just does not support that. Then again, another thing you need to take into consideration is whether you want to use plugins. If the plugin is supported by that particular hosting plan, and notice I'm not calling no particular website builder to say go with that one, but I'll admit I'm using WordPress. Also, know whether or not you want to use opt-in pages. And if you do, you can use an opt-in page without having a website. I discovered that also. Just know what you want. Know what you want to achieve. And that all comes a part of the strategic plan that you're going to be doing before you start your website. I thank you all for sharing and inviting friends and followers to the blab. Thank you. Another thing, know how many pages you want on your website. I discovered that when I was creating the new site, that I could have 10, 20 pages, but they don't necessarily have to be in my menu that is displayed. So for me, that was a whoo-hoo moment. I loved it. And I'm now enjoying the use of the cPanel. I'm enjoying backing up my website as I create. I kind of missed my website builder because it was like drag and drop. But learning WordPress was not as hard as some people make it seem. And my big gift to you tonight who have not built a website, there is a young lady by the name of Shannon Matten. Shannon has a 5-day website challenge. I kid you not. You can build an extensive website in 5 days with Shannon's guidance. She is awesome. I kid you not. She has a Facebook group that supports you. She's there to answer questions. And it's almost like you have a hosting plan and you get on the phone and you say, hi, I'm having a problem with my website. Can you help me? And before you know it, Shannon is pinging in and she's saying, girl, just do this, or go back to chapter so-and-so of the guide I gave you. And the guide isn't very long and it's so easy to go by. I kid you not, you have to try it for yourselves. So that's just some of the things that I had to do when I started over from scratch to build my website, and some of the things you should know before setting up your website. With that being said, I know I had a lot of questions a couple questions in the sidebar, and I'm going to open up the seat and invite Leon in for a bit. He had spoken with me a bit earlier, and I'm going to field some questions, and one of them I want to know about blogging that came in from this young lady, Pretty Little Wheels. Hello, Leon. I see you're trying to get in. I want to know more about blogging. You can, Leon, you're not coming in. I don't see a picture. You can start a blog with just a simple website builder, but it's up to you. WordPress has a lovely blog site, the .com, WordPress.com. That's where I started my blog, and I used it in the early stage, and then I connected to my website. So my blog is now posted on my website. I can see it that way. I don't always have to go into the WordPress.com site to see my my blog. Okay. Hi, welcome, Leon. The next question we have is from the real Dino Wells, and he would like to know, which is the best website maker you prefer? Well, at the moment, I'm using WordPress. I love WordPress. For me, it's easy to use, and the features are awesome. The features are just awesome. Which website creation tool is the best? Leon, you want to answer one of my questions with me?
Oh, you can try me. I don't know if I can answer it, but I'll have a go.
Creation tool is the best.
Now, before we ask that question, I want you to elaborate on the website creation. Are you talking about from? Is that builder or? I need a bit more on that one. I mean,
they're talking about the builder, and I would say I love WordPress. I've tried another website builder with GoDaddy, but for me, it was a challenge, and I found myself calling them so many times because what I wanted to do was much more than the website builder offered. So if you ask me that question again, I would say I love WordPress. I guess I'm a little biased towards WordPress.
Well, no, I'm. This is why I went on to that a bit more, because guess what? Because I don't want to look at WordPress as just a website thing. WordPress, I have websites. I have a WordPress platform. It doesn't actually use it as a website. It's a database. It does more than WordPress is just a front end situation, because what developers are doing, WordPress can be an e-commerce platform, not a website. It can actually be a whole marketing platform.
And I agree.
Because that's what I just want to elaborate. Yeah, on as some of people got Joomla, Drupal. We've got to look at it. What are you really going to try to use it for? And if you're coming over technical barriers and things like that, let's look at what works for you, for your business. That's what I want to try to define, because many people have got different. They use the website in many different ways, and we've got to say what works best for you and your business, and how the person can navigate around that particular platform. But to start off with that, use what works. Everybody's using WordPress at the present moment. Great stuff. If that's got the right support, and this is what we wanted to talk about, use it. Yeah, because if it goes down, if it's got the backup, you need to go with what's working. Not something's going to be outdated and it causes problems in the future. All right.
Well, that's what I like about WordPress and this platform that I'm on right now. I can back my website up on in my own files. I can put them in another location, so I feel quite secure. I do. I gotta admit, I feel secure with what I have now compared to what I had before. So I gotta say that is the key. Thank you all for joining me, and let's just see the next question. This blab is so awesome. It's the #1 person. Really?
Well, there you go. I think.
Thank you for telling me that. Oops.
There you go. We'll fire you on that one.
Nope. Good. Yeah, so I am quite pleased. I am really pleased with what I've learned and what I've shared so far. My website is still being developed, but I will even allow you to look at it tonight so you can judge for yourself. I did it within 5 days. The only thing I took some extra time to do recently, with the help of my good friend Laura, we've been updating my colors and just making some adjustments. Let me see if I get this right now.
Take your time.
Yeah, you notice I'm operating without my glasses tonight, right?
Well, listen, you know what? Again, you call out to your team if you need some help. Okay.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Okay. How do you delete an old website that was previously built but not published from Wix? I gotta say this much. Because of the support team they have, I would call them. Again, but then again, if you have the free website, you don't get that option. So that's one of the problems with the free websites. If you do not pay for the support system, you would have to, I guess, email them and then they would address it. I did create one time ago, but you know what I did? I took down the information and I left the domain up there with nothing. It's just blank. So I personally have never deleted one. So I don't know if anybody else, Leon, do you know how to delete a website that is up there and nobody's using? It's not been published in Wix?
In Wix?
Yeah.
Well, obviously, you won't delete it because, again, Wix owns the right for the templates and things like that. So they won't, I mean, they all they do is hide it from the searches and things like that. You don't delete it because it's based around a content management system and it's based around a template. So nothing gets deleted really. Again, the only, you just got to remove it from the domain if you got one. But if it's attached to something, just move it off or something like that. Again, you don't own the rights of that because they own the template, they own the content. And if you close down the account, you just contact them, just shut it down and, direct your traffic. But this is another thing, going back to the same situation. If you're building a website, come with a strategy, understand, talk to somebody that knows this well, please. Someone who understands websites really, really ins and outs on what you should do and take the approach. Pamela's gone to now move over to, she's outgrown her previous domain company and is going to WordPress. She's got her own domain and she owns her own content. So it's the situation you really got to start to upgrade and think about the flexibility and the possible opportunities, and that you can really own your own stuff now in that way, I would say.
Great. The other thing is, the other question I see here is, how do you sell physical products from your website? I do this by creating a store on my page. One of my pages is actually a store. So if you went to my website right now, you can go to the Au Natural Aromatherapy store. I sell my essential oils, diffusers, and anything else pertaining to health, wellness, and relaxation that you could think of, you could find in my website store, in my store on my site. In addition to that, I offer consultations. So that's a service that I provide. Now, if you wanted to book me for a service and you want to know how am I going to pay for that service, I use PayPal, but there are other options as well. So you can import a PayPal button to your site and pay for it that way. Hope that helps.
I could definitely add to that. There's a number of ways you can do it. Again, Pam is just giving you the opportunity to use PayPal. If you're using WordPress, if you want to do an e-commerce store, you can include WooCommerce. If you don't want to do that, you can take all different types of payments. If you really want to do, you can put something up on Amazon, put a link to that. If it's an eBay, you can do exactly the same thing. All it is, you've got to just have a link to that particular where you're going to check out. Note all the fees that are going to be taken. So your markup costs on a particular product or service, because you've got to be right and warrant it, because someone buy from you, and if you're doing different currencies, guess what? You're not really going to get that much for it. And obviously the service provider or the merchant will take most of the money. So you probably get $1 or something like that. You probably get some chargeback fees or whatever it may be. But yes, make it simpler enough for the person to check out. If you want to sell things on an offer site, again, you can use any platform to do the checkout process.
But, that is true.
So, but again, it's just really simplicity right now is what you're looking for, because there are lots of things out there that could,
I totally agree. I totally agree with you, Leon. But for simplicity, I chose to go with PayPal, and it works for me very well. I haven't had any complaints. If there was a question, and one time I just wanted to cancel, it was very easy, just a matter of a click of a button or two. And before I knew it, the situation was resolved. So I am very confident using PayPal. The next question coming in this evening is, how do you make sure your website loads fast? So for me, I don't load it up with a bunch of videos, okay? I have one page right now, and that is my live page, or my TechTalk live page, where this current blab is streaming live as we speak. So you don't have to come into the blab to see Leon and I. You can go to my website and watch it from there. And also, if you load your first page of your website up with videos, that slows it down, especially YouTube videos, any other live streaming platforms, and it slows it down that way. So I limit my videos to videos on one page, and I may have a slideshow, maybe one, but that's it, not too many.
So I just want to add to that, because I can tell you what the majority of the problems are from what page loads and things like that. There are a number of factors when we say page loads times on pages, where not many people understand graphics is one of the major problems, because when we design graphics, majority of the people do this. They'll take it on a cell phone. Cell phones will probably have a 1 meg file. Now, these differ from the internet. There are some special types of ways where you render files on the internet. So don't be uploading something which looks nice and it looks good on the screen, but you've just shrunk it down. You're asking the person to download. If you had 4 images that, what we call 1 meg, this is quite big. The computer has to load it. I may be somewhere across the world and have a slow connection. This will slow it down. Bad coding is another problem. There's many sites what we called caching. I'm not going to go into the technical term, but what happens, it loads this up. When the website loads on your machine, it stores it on your computer system. So it doesn't have to load it again. But that's not a substitute for actually speeding the website up. You must address the problem and look at what things are really slowing down. It may be bad coding, it may be bad images, it may be website performance, which you are uncontrollable. Again, choose the right hosting company first.
I agree, totally. I agree with you in there. But this question that's coming up now, this is a question that is dear to my heart. This question says, how do you decide what color scheme to use for your website? Well, let me tell you about me. Pamela loves color, okay? My mood goes by the color, okay? As you can tell, I'm in my pink. I'm feeling very happy and very cheerful, okay? Not only because it's Valentine's. A lady told me today, she said, Valentine's is not only red, it's pink too. And I said, well, thank you. I love my pink. But the color you choose is up to you. It's what you want to do and your product. It's a personal choice. But I can tell you this, there are a number of valuable resources out there for website design color selection. There are palettes that tell you what colors go well together. One of the sites, I can't remember if it's Design Seed or something of that nature. Anyway, I don't have the website, but if you follow up with me by Twitter at @ohnaturalAroma, add me to your Twitter, and I will get that site for you afterwards. But there are sites out there, there's a number of them, number of places you could go to that help you match your palette, your color palette. I personally have a preference. I love my purples and I love my pinks. So that's me. And I feel for me, the colors are soothing and they make me feel happy. So I don't want you to go to my site and see black and white, because when I see black and white, I often think of a funeral. That's just me in the Caribbean, right? So I like light or bright colors that kind of go with your personality or whatever you want to achieve.
You know you're heating me up here. You know. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to give you a big warning.
What?
But you know me. I obviously have my marketer. I think from a corporate background and understanding, colors do mean something. As you see, we've got to think about the end user here. As you clearly pointed out, colors make you feel different ways. If you understand, again, just be cautious of what goes on, because colors do matter in a lot of ways. And again, if you have a black background and whatever, maybe people feel closed and they think you're in the dark tunnel. So, but I can tell you, if you're going that deep and you really want to take into a marketing situation, there are colors that really matter. There's only a few colors on the internet that you should be playing around with that are going to meet the award-winning. If you look at Facebook, with like Google, and I'll say, if you want to go deep into it, it's called the psychology of colors. And
yes, I've heard about the psychology of colors, but for me, I didn't go to that extent, that deep, because I was doing it myself. I wasn't working with a developer. I just chose colors that suited the objective that I wanted to achieve. In aromatherapy, I don't want the loud burst of colors that I'm wearing now. I wanted soft, soothing colors, so I think it's a personal choice. And with that being said, there are sites that are out there that have those beautiful, bold colors. There are those who are, I saw a beautiful black and white website designed the other day by my friend Shannon Mathern. I thought it was awesome. As a matter of fact, I think she did it for Anthony. I don't think Anthony's in here, but Anthony just launched his website a few weeks ago, and it is a beautiful website, black and white, and it just suits his personality and purpose. Okay?
Well, yeah, what I'm trying to say is that, we have to look at the customer in the mind here. It's always the big fight we have with IT developers. Developers will come with different objectives. We want to get sales. What is the most important thing as a business? To generate sales. We've got to serve the customer. But, again, if that's what they want to do for a business, that is great. End of the day, again, for the people out there, however you want to run your business, if your colors and want to make it look good for you too, go for that choice. You make the final choice. If you're going for sales, that's your choice. So I think whatever you're going to weigh up, because we're always going to fight with this. This is a common thing within industries. I have developers trying to come at me and say they've got the best website. I'm a marketeer. I think about sales. I think about the customer. That's my preference. So, but you know what? You can see we have an argument, a different opinion. Anyway, let's go for your next question.
Yes, we do. But it's a healthy argument. The next question coming in is, do you use, what software do you use for, I guess that's
for live streaming?
For live streaming on my website. It's Blab. I use Blab.
Again, difference of opinion. I use Google Hangouts because I look at it as a point. Obviously, Blab in beta, it doesn't have some facilities. But yes, again, best for your business. Yeah, what we do and what you do is totally different. What works for you?
Well, actually,
yeah, you may.
I should reiterate that. I will say something about that. It's not just Blab. I use Blab and a couple others. I do use. I've used a couple others, so it's not just Blab, but Blab is my top choice right now because of all the features and all that it has to offer. and it's easy, it's user friendly, and I'm talking to people. Where are you? In the UK? I'm talking to people all over the world. That is awesome. It's an opportunity that wasn't available prior to this, not this type anyway. Here's another question coming in. Please share this information with a friend. Be kind and tweet. Oh, okay, thank you.
Careful. Love the guys in the background pushing buttons.
Please share it out. I thank you for those who have shared it out. And next question. Can a website have too many colors? I say yes. My own did. My website had too many colors at one point, and I had to take that into consideration just last week, and I redid my colors.
I think you've also got to be in consideration people are visually impaired, all right? And look, I call it the McDonald's menu. Guess what? Why would you want to have too many colors in a day? I mean, come on, make it simple. And what it does, it brings confusion. Colors will attract certain things. I mean, we test it every day. I've done about 27 billion ad impressions, and I have to test it in 3 seconds.
I have a confession to make. I did a photography class, and I had this professor. His thing to me with color was KISS.
Keep it simple, silly.
Thank you very much. Keep it simple, silly. Or keep it simple, something else that he told me not to say.
Oh, okay.
So
but yeah, I think
I use KISS when I'm trying to decide what colors to use, and I would give all the credit to Mr. Monty Gerlach, my professor in Chicago, and he always said that. Even though I got top grades on my color photography skills, his thing to me was, Pamela, keep it simple, and we're gonna be all right. And sure enough, I got the grades. Hey, folks.
Well,
have 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we've got to be careful.
Open up and see, does anybody have a question that they would like to come in the seat for a second? Just let me know. Can you look at my website? Can I look at your website? Put your website in the chat. Sure, we'll take a look at it.
Do you want to do this in real time? We'll do this real time, and I'll go. What are the things that you're looking for, and what is it that you want us to look at? Yeah, because give us the average idea. All right, we'll do this in real time. Go ahead. Can you talk in? I'll bring it up.
Okay. If there's anybody else who has a question, then they can jump in the seat and we would address it.
Okay.
So hi.
Right, okay.
We just have. Oh, she just has audio.
Yeah, it's all right. Okay, we'll bring it up. So, okay, I'm gonna bring it up on one of the screens here, and we're gonna zoom around. But she's coming up. She's ask the questions.
Go ahead.
And she'll tell us about what she's doing.
Question. Anyone else have a question? Let me see.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, how are you, Lakiba?
Good. You got it. You said it correctly, Lakiba.
Lakiba. So, your website is. I love the color. I'm a color girl, and you got my colors going on. Okay, I like that.
Yeah, I'm a magazine editor, and that's my website, livingdaybyday.net. And I love colors. My magazine is full of colors. I know when printing it, it's more on the expensive side, but I find most people will pick it up if if something's popping, like the colors drawing them to them. So I'm always, every magazine that I do will have colors. Even my website, I want to add more colors to it. So is that a bad thing?
Well,
I don't think so. Go ahead, Leon.
Okay. All right. Okay. So I'm just trying to. First of all, I'm going to do it from a business perspective. On the end of the day, is how do I see when I come in through the door and what's going on? I will look at performance and understand, is it usability? This is what I will look at. Yeah. I mean, if there's things striking out, I'm going to be looking at this and thinking, what's this all about? And what should I click on? What should I do next? All right. What's your unique selling point of this site? So, okay, fair enough. I obviously I can see this is coming off the Wix platform, so you're probably using the template.
Yes.
Now, okay, so if I'm trying to find in 3 seconds, which is what I've got, to saying, what is it? What do I do next? How do I get there? So the thing is that, okay, it didn't strike me straight away until I scrolled down. It was a magazine. So, because there's no what we call valid position understanding. Okay, this is the I have to read obviously the headline here. Okay, at the end, right? There's what I would see. What I would like to see is that is what we call social proof of this magazine doing well, meaning testimonials of people and understanding this is why we should buy into this magazine, or if that's what it is. Is it an online magazine? When does it get published? This is the current issue. Which one is the current issue? Is it all three of them?
The current issue is with national recording artist Travis Green, which is the first one.
Okay.
The first one. Okay. So the other two, obviously, what we call may cause confusion. It's okay. Which one is the current issue? Where do we buy it? Yeah. Is it now? What's the actual? You've got so many colors here now. We can't actually read what's on the front page. These are the things that should be brought out. It's okay. Why should we click through to read the articles inside?
Yes,
okay.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
If that's making sense.
Yes, sir.
Right. Now,
great comment. I just want to add. She's asked earlier about the color. I don't think I would add any color. I think the colors are fine. I would just focus on the current issue of the magazine and not put the older ones there. I think that's just detracting from, what you have to offer.
Yeah.
Okay.
More important.
Thank you.
More importantly, is at the end of the day what we call navigation. Has she dropped out? Okay.
Yes.
More importantly, understand the navigation here. Now, this is quite common. Guess what? We try to put in navigation menus whereby what we think. All right. Remember, we don't buy our own product. We're trying to serve somebody. Now, can anybody tell me what this means? I don't know what that menu will mean.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
So that's something you'd have to redo. But for now, I need to see, is there anyone else with one more question before we go? Because I'm shutting it down in just a short while, but this is so interesting.
Okay, come back.
Hard to just let it go. Okay. Anyone else have a question? Want to hop in the seat? This has been a really, really good evening, you guys. The 15th blab, you guys made me feel so loved knowing that you spent your evening with me. And, I call Friday night date night. I'm out with how many? 21?
You do well. Very good.
I did well.
What do you do more? That's it. Tell people about it.
No question for me about my website? Okay. Well, how can everyone contact you? Okay, you can contact me on my website, which is posted in the chat, ohnaturaromatherapy.com, or you can follow me on Twitter at ohnaturalaroma. I do daily consultations. On my website, I do aromatherapy consults, but if you want to know more about a website, I do have my Google Plus page. You can follow me on Google Plus. That's strictly dedicated to technology. And this blab will be available on my Google Plus page, so you can watch the replay there. Anyone else want to get in the chat? Last 8 minutes. One more question I'll take.
Can I do something crazy like I always do? Because now people know me on blab. I do crazy things.
Like how crazy? Wait, hold on. How crazy?
I want to do something for your special 15th.
Really?
Listen, okay, you've got. Yeah, with your special 15th, this is what I'm going to do. Yeah, it's your pre-Valentine's gift. All right, you've got 21 people in here. I want to know who would like a complimentary session with.
Oops, what happened? Okay. Oh, there you go. Uh-oh. Leon, what happened? Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh dear. Well, guys, it was such a lovely, lovely evening. I want to say thank you to all of you for coming out. Leon,
right.
oh, you're back on.
Go ahead.
Oh, you're freezing though.
Oh, is it? That's what. Can you see me? Am I okay?
Yeah, you're freezing a bit.
Oh dear. All right. Can you hear me? Well, if you can hear me,
I can hear you. Yes, go
Great
ahead.
stuff. Listen, I want to do something special for all your lovely people in here. You've had a complimentary session with me. You can tell them if it was great, if it was good. But I want to do it for somebody. Yeah, pick somebody in here. Okay, someone's pressing some buttons. I don't even know. But yes, go ahead. Be my guest. Pick somebody in the room, and I'll give them a complimentary session with me.
1 hour session.
Yeah, sure. Tell me what you want to learn. I'll tell you about websites, whatever it may be. I'll solve your problems, whatever it may be. Pick somebody in the room right now and pick them out.
Okay, if anybody's interested, just put a 1 in the comment box and I'll choose from the ones.
Go ahead, give it a go. Off you go. Meanwhile, continue. One person?
Oh, it looks like Lakiba is the winner. She's interested. Lakiba, you compliments of Leon. You get a 1 hour session with him to discuss your website challenges. Thank you, Leon, for that offering. And Lakiba, follow Leon. And I want to say with that, thank each and every one of you for coming into the blab this evening. Leon, thank you for stepping into the chair after I would have done my intros and all the other information that was shared. I am so delighted that all of you took the time to spend the evening with me. I look forward to seeing you back here again next week, Friday, when I will do another Tech Talk Live, my 16th, from the Bahamas to the world. The topic has not been chosen yet, but I'm sure it'll be another interesting, provocative topic. With that, I'm going to say I am Pamela Gomez, owner of O Natural Aromatherapy, also known as the Aroma Geek, and to some, should I say this? I'm Auntie. Have a good evening, and thank you for tuning in. Thank you again, Leon.